The productivity of animals largely depends on quality of pastures and feeds they consume on a daily basis. The National Animal Production Research Institute, NAPRI, does not only research into genetic improvement and health of animals, but also pasture and feeds that meet high nutrient requirements for the animals to thrive. This is our major focus tonight. But before then, we'll keep you up to date with happenings in the Ministry of Agriculture and Rural Development. I'm your regular guide, Ibrahim Yusuf, welcoming you on board to the program Transforming Agriculture in Nigeria. In our diary tonight, Nigeria to partner Argentina in agriculture. Also in the news, farmers get training on rice seed production. In a bid to reposition the agricultural sector and attain food sufficiency in the country, the Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Rural Development plans to partner with Argentina to increase investments in the agricultural sector.
This is a country.
The Permanent Secretary of the Ministry, Ernest Afolabi Umahihe, stated this during a courtesy visit to the ministry by Argentina's ambassador to Nigeria, Mr. Alejandro Herrero. He said Nigeria has huge agricultural potentials and urged Argentina to invest in the sector.
This is a country that has the very vast resources, the arable land of over 94 million hectares, and only about 32 million hectares is under cultivation, and is at the subsistence level, mostly at the very subsistence level. We have livestock potentials, we have fishery and aquaculture, and these are all vast areas. I think we will require your attention, your maybe in partnership with the private sector over there to come and invest in the country.
Responding, Argentina's ambassador to Nigeria, Alejandro Herrero, said his country has a track record in agriculture and is ready to partner with Nigeria for the benefit of the two countries.
One of those things that we are well, is agriculture matters. So, and I think we are ready to share with you this knowledge and this expertise.
The Northwest Zonal Office of the Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Rural Development recently organized a training workshop for rice farmers and staff of the ministry on techniques of rice seed production, good agronomical practices on rice, and business management. The acting director of the ministry in the zone, Abdul Karim Durosilorun, who was represented at the occasion by Kofowarala Ajibola of the ministry, urged the farmers to learn from the workshop to enhance rice production in Nigeria.
We hope that by listening to the seminar we have, which is on rice seed production techniques. I know some of you are already into it. You have the techniques, you have everything, but knowledge is not a waste. You can still add knowledge to knowledge so that you improve in whichever way you have been practicing.
In attendance at the workshop were leaders and members of rice farmers cooperatives drawn from states of the Northwest Zone. Speaking in an interview during the workshop, the chairman, Rice Farmers Association of Nigeria, Kaduna Branch, Muhammad Umar, stated that the workshop availed him and other farmers the opportunity to learn about agronomical practices in the areas of land selection and preparation, crop cultivation, weed management, fertilizer application, harvesting, amongst other benefits.
Normally, the challenges we have in Rifan is the seed. In a farmer, when you lose seed, you've lost completely from the beginning. So when you have a satisfied seed, a reliable seed, a foundation seed, then at the end of the day, you will laugh because the production will be okay and you'll see the result.
The program is Transforming Agriculture in Nigeria. For the past couple of weeks, we have been dwelling on the National Animal Production Research Institute, NAPRI, detailing its contributions to animal production, its successes and breakthroughs in various areas. Today, we take the last episode in the NAPRI series, and our focus is in pasture and range management research. NAPRI over the years has contributed positively on feed and pasture management in Nigeria, and our next segment showcases the various researches made by NAPRI to ensure quality pasture for livestock in Nigeria. Keep watching.
Pasture is a land covered with grass and other low plants suitable for grazing by animals. Good pasture is profitable. It can provide economical and high-quality source of livestock feed. It also reduces erosion and builds soil fertility. These enormous benefits of pasture in animal production are reasons why government mandated the National Animal Production Research Institute to commence research into pasture and range management of indigenous and exotic grasses in 1954. Since then, there have been researches made by NAPRI into different varieties of pasture.
There are a lot of grasses that are indigenous, and while there are some that are introduced. So we carry our research on them and we identify those that have nutritional value to our livestock animals. And this is done through laboratory analysis and also through animal performance. We feed the animals with those grasses and legumes, and we look at how the rates of growth in terms of body weight, in terms of milk yield.
Well, from the laboratory point of view, we have received a lot of samples from different grasses and legumes in NAPRI. And from the species we have received, well developed, they are able to meet the need of the animals if expanded to cover a larger area within the country.
NAPRI has made efforts in identifying areas where these varieties of grasses can grow across the country.
And NAPRI has the ability to increase pasture development or pasture production across all geopolitical zones, because the plant species we have introduced, the plant species we have selected, have the ability to grow across all, let me say, agroclimatic zones.
Nigeria's indigenous grasses are nutritious. However, they have also been improved over the years through the effort of NAPRI.
Through the agronomic quality assessments and also through the performance trials we have done. So, and most of them, they can even compete with some of the foreign species of grasses.
These are different seeds of indigenous and foreign grasses that NAPRI has researched into and found them useful in livestock production.
This Tylocytus guyanensis is very important in contribution of protein quality for the animals, because these are very, very important things that, most especially in the dry season, where you have, once if you have it in the range, it contributes a lot to the biomass quality and quantity of for the animals, so that the animal will maintain their own weight.
For the researchers, it is important for both small and big herders to engage in paddock management, but understanding how it can be planted and protected for maximum production is paramount.
We have three methods of planting grass. The first method is the broadcasting method. The second method is the drilling method, while the third method is dibbling. Now, this is the drilling method. If after clearing your land, you do your plow, you harrow twice. When you prepare a very clean seed bed, we use a rope. The essence of the rope is to make a straight line, so that when you plant, the grasses will grow in a straight line that you can easily manage.
A tour of the pasture gives a clearer picture of how these nutritious grasses look like and how they grow after planting.
We have three varieties: the Centrosema pascoro, we have the Centrosema brasiliano. So it's a legume, and the legumes are used in feeding our livestock animals. We also have the Brachiaria rosicensis. See, this is Chloris Guyana. Chloris Guyana is also good. It's a forage grass that is used in feeding livestock animals. You can see it. We harvest the seed 3 times in a year. You can see the biomass. Animals like it very well. So, and it can also do well in most of our ecological zones.
Aside the grasses, NAPRI also researches into other plants that have high nutritional value for the animals.
NAPRI has also developed what is called the browse garden. The browse plants are your herbs, the shrubs and the trees. And the browse plants, as you can see, are a very important component of our livestock feed materials, because the browse plants are developed for you to be getting, even if you are not irrigating your forage materials. These browse plants will give you green forage materials even during the dry season.
Like crop researchers make effort to ensure dry season crop production, NAPRI is also making effort to ensure all year-round production of pastures for animals. This 3.25 hectares of land is a digital field where NAPRI researches into irrigation pasture for all year-round production. The former Honorable Minister of Agriculture, Chief Audu-Ogbe, commissioned it in 2019. Since then, NAPRI has managed it to improve animal production in Nigeria.
By October ending, that's when the rains are gone. Now forage production unit will now come and start cutting the grass, mowing the grass. After mowing, they will now come and bale the grass into bales, which is the bales are meant for dry season feed. You know that is the most difficult period of animal feed. So people do come from within our institute here for hay, for the purchase of hay, as well as the vegetative material. Well, by December, January, that's when the irrigation activities will start. Up to the month, maybe May, June, when rain will start.
NAPRI has an area of equipment such as plowing machine, harrowing machine, seed driller machine, sprayer, forage harvester, hay baler, among others. They are all designed for plowing, harrowing, planting, weed control, fertilizers application, harvesting and preservations of forages. Researchers have also shown that, with proper management practice, pasture can be harvested and preserved with its nutritional values intact. This hay barn is where NAPRI keeps harvested pasture to serve as sample for herders that wish to learn how pastures are preserved. Also for the feeding of the animals at NAPRI, especially during dry season.
We have hay that we harvested at November last year for storage and feeding the animals during scarcity, most especially in the dry season. You see there is no adequate word feed. This is a quality feed for them. We feed the animals in the dry season, both for milk and beef production. This is a very special storage facilities for hay called the hay barn. In fact, if you look at it, you find out that it's well ventilated so that there will not be much moisture or whatever.
For the National Animal Production Research Institute, NAPRI, ranching of livestock in Nigeria is absolutely possible, considering the research it is carried out over the years, the result of which is capable of sustaining livestock production in Nigeria. As NAPRI sees it, what is needed to stop farmers-herders clashes in Nigeria is more partnership with stakeholders to ensure that these findings are optimally utilized. In our next segment, Partnership for Development, we'll take a look at efforts made by NAPRI in collaboration with state governments and private organizations towards range establishment in Nigeria. Keep watching.
Research is said to be irrelevant if the direct beneficiaries of research findings do not have access to it. The National Animal Production Research Institute (NAPRI) maintains an open-door policy for any individual, group or government at all levels that needs its services. NAPRI has also used diverse ways to reach out to farmers on pasture and range management.
Through media, through interview, and also we train. We carry out training. We train farmers. There was a time in March through the FAO and Federal Ministry of Agri, we train farmers and herders on pasture establishment and management. So most of the time we carry out training. People come here, like the appeals of Kaduna State, they come to NAPRI for one day opening. They sow some of these pasture seeds. We train them. We teach them how to plant it. We teach them how to harvest it. We teach them how to process most of the seeds we have.
For National Animal Production Research Institute, Zaria, the nomadic method of cattle rearing is not productive for the herders when compared to ranching. For the researchers, stationing of local or foreign breed of cattle where it can have access to feed and water is more productive.
If you take the issue of movement of animals from one area to the other, the animal that is being moved will expend energy in movement. The highest nutritive value of any grass you will get, the highest best nutrition of any grass you get is in July. By the time the grass is September, October, the quality of the grass is down by more than 50%. So when that animal is moving to go and eat grass that has degraded by more than 50%, you are not feeding any nutrition. However, if you are able to cultivate and plant this grass in an area, and the animal will be able to have fresh, luscious grasses. So it's something that can be done anywhere, and it is not impossible in Nigeria.
Ranching is a viable business that the private sector and state governments can venture into to generate revenue, make livestock systems more productive, and also solve the farmers-herders clashes in the country.
You know, if the state government would provide land and pastures, source of water, maybe either they drill boreholes or dams, provide clinics. And these clinics, number one, maybe we talk about the vet clinics, then also clinics for the herders, the human clinics, and also the nomadic schools, so that they can be settled. But you know, ideally, to make it viable, if government establishes such thing, the herders will have to be taxed. They have to be paying something, such that the program will not collapse.
At the moment, some private farms and the governments of Niger, Katsina and others have been in partnership with NAPRI for the establishment of ranches in their states. This is an effort that should be replicated in other states of the Federation.
In terms of collaboration, we are collaborating with some states. For example, most recently, Kano State. Kano State government have tried partnering with NAPRI to establish 20 hectares seed multiplication plot. So that 20 hectare seed multiplication plot will serve as a gene bank where seeds of pastures will be produced, and from there it will be taken to the range, it will be taken to the grazing reserve and then planted there.
Establishing a small pasture does not cost too much, provided the determination is there by the herders to embrace ranching. NAPRI is ever ready to render its services at the lowest possible cost.
To establish 1 hectare of Bacteria mulatto, you require 500 meters square to be transplanted to 10,000 meters square, which is 1 hectare of land. Now the cost of the vegetative material is 35,000 naira, but you have to involve labor. Now to dig it and establish might be based on negotiation.
With concerted effort from the relevant stakeholders, the future of pasture development to reposition the livestock system from nomadic practice to modern livestock farming is bright.
And grasses, as I've said, they are permanent pastures. That when you plant them, they continue to stay. So in the next 5 years, we hope that Nigeria will be like other countries who most of their animals are enclosed in a place. Their feed is measured. What they will take is measured. Everything is moving fine. So it's not an issue of movement from north to south, south to west.
Ranching is the way to go in livestock production, as well as to help Nigeria overcome some of her security challenges involving farmers and herders. In the course of our travels for the program, we came across Mr. Yakubu Kweranga, a farmer who is passionate about ranching as a means of livelihood and a way of proffering solution to farmer-herders clashes. He has already acquired a 10-hectare land for farming and is ready to use 5 hectares for ranching for himself and other herders who may come in to graze in his ranch. Let us hear from him in our next segment.
My plan is in respect to ranching. Ranching is very, very important in this country because that is one problem that is going to solve the farmers-herders clash. A farmer must plant his crop. A herdman must feed his animals. Now we have to come together and understand. But when the government supports ranching, a ranch is being done, a particular place is being secured for only grazing. Then the farmers can register that this particular plan is for Mr. This, Mr. This, Mr. That, so family. So that will avoid the clash between farmers and herders. So my plan is, with the vast of land I have here, almost like close to 10 acres, I intend to, even if financed, if support is given, I can give up to 5 acres to become a ranch, whereby the herdsmen that are around me can be coming and entering and be feeding their cattle.
Potato is a root crop which belongs to the Solanaceae family of vegetative and flowering plants. It originated and was first domesticated in the Andes Mountains of South America. Potato is the 3rd most important food crop in the world after rice and wheat in terms of human consumption. More than 1 billion people worldwide eat potato, and global total crop production exceeds 300 million metric tons. There are more than 4,000 varieties of native potatoes, mostly found in Andes. They come in many sizes and shapes. Potato is relatively cheap, easy to grow, and packed with a variety of nutrients. The health and nutrition benefits of potato are enormous. 1 hectare of potato can yield 2 to 4 times the food quantity of grain crops. They are produced in over 100 countries worldwide. According to Food and Agricultural Organization data 2016, China was the biggest producer of potatoes with 99,065,724 tons, followed by India with 43,770,000 tons. Egypt is number 14 in the world and biggest producer of potatoes in Africa with 5,029,022 tons annually. Nigeria is 39th on the list of potato-producing countries in the world with 1,246,380 tons per annum. Potato is majorly planted in Benue, Kogi, Plateau, Taraba, Borno, Zamfara, Bauchi, Katsina, Gombe, Sokoto, Jigawa, Kano, and Kebbi. Nigeria, however, holds immense potential to increase potato production, with the National Root Crop Research Institute in Jos leading research in increasing production in Nigeria.
The variety of pastures developed by the National Animal Production Research Institute can in no small measure boost animal production in Nigeria, and it will benefit farmers, herders, and other relevant stakeholders if they embrace this opportunity and invest in ranching for livestock production to move to the next level in Nigeria. This is the much we can take for now on NAPRI. Join us again same time, same station as we continue to explore efforts by government through the Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Rural Development through her agencies to transform agriculture in Nigeria. Stay safe and protect yourself from the coronavirus. Bye for now.